Welcome to Ninjago. I don't know what Rex has just told you, but I just wanted to give you the kind of a little bit more of the reason that we're building this type of ride, and the reason that this type of ride is quite important to us. When we opened the park 5 years ago, where it was pretty clear that we didn't have enough restaurants, we didn't have enough indoor rides, we didn't have enough shade, but partly we did that deliberately because we wanted to see the natural flow of the park, and we wanted to see exactly where the best bang for the buck was in terms of new product, new restaurants. 5 years, this park has completely changed. I mean, not only have we added more rides, but we've also added more restaurants. And one of the things that we're always building upon for 2017 is a huge dark ride at the north end of the park that will enable us to have massive capacity through all weathers. And Ninjago was born literally from that very simple premise. And we knew the type of ride that we wanted as in a dark ride. We knew that we don't like doing guns. Guns are not what we do. And we had this technology, and because we were rolling this out across the Legoland portfolio, across the world, we had the ability to create something that is absolutely unique in the Central Florida marketplace. So as you'll see on here, the hand gestures from the children is actually what trigger the fireballs, the lightning bolts, and it can sense how high your hand is from the sensor. So you can actually aim. That's the whole idea of this technology. And we're the third one to open, but that's great because I always believe in the power of three, because you learn from the other two mistakes. So we've improved our load station, we've improved the 4D effects, we've improved the contouring on some of our screens that you'll see in a minute. So it adds to the feeling of the 3Dness and the 4Dness. Plus this ride has more 4D effects, which I think really enhances the experience. We've got incredible Lego models, which is what you expect, but this ride is all about becoming a ninja. The other parks have opened and said, right, here's a great ride, here's what you do, okay? What we're doing is we're saying, no, we want the kids to become a ninja before they go on the ride, and there will be work that they need to do before they actually get to Legoland, Florida. And that is to learn 5 different techniques that will trigger that they can use on the ride. So what we're going to do is we're going to introduce these different types of techniques that they can use, which makes the ride experience different. But they also can test their skills on things like spinners and some of the things that you saw on the model probably before. So the idea is about becoming a ninja, and then you earn the right to then experience the ride. And that's what we love about this ride. And also, anybody can ride this ride. You have to be 48 inches to have an accompany person who's over 48 inches to ride, but anybody can ride this ride. Another key component, it's a core family proposition. And the other element, which I love, is everybody wants to be dad and everybody wants to be mum. So there is a real challenge element that we then stand out at the exit when you humiliate mum or you humiliate dad, which is a key part of what the kids do. Trust me, because I was awful at these rides and my kids used to destroy me. So, as you can see here, so we do name and shame, which is very important. But then you also have the best of the day. So we will show the people who've actually got the best scores throughout the day. But I think you'll see the theming, the level of the models that we put in here. There's also a key build component, which is also something that's very important and very unique to LEGO. All right? Do you have any questions?
What's a high score possibility?
I think it's about 200,000, isn't it? I think or is it 2,000 and over? It's around 200,000. If you get over 200,000, you're cheating. Is what I was told.
So which of these hand motions gives you the most points?
I think, to be honest, you can do it in any way. It does trigger, it's very sensitive. And if anything, since the California and the Billund models, we've improved on them. So Triotech have learned each time that we've done them, and they've made it even more sensitive. But it does sense how high your hand is, so you can do different. You can literally just trigger it by doing that if you want to. But you have to kind of do that a little bit more to aim it better. As you can see. And you can see some of the contouring there in the middle, is what I was talking about.
So will there be any little Easter eggs hidden in it?
Easter eggs? Not really, no. I think it's the same. But one thing that I will say is that we do have the ability with this attraction to reskin it. And what I mean by reskin it is redo the video projection, so we can give it an overlay. So a little bit like the Easter eggs, but a little bit more of a themed. So it could be a Halloween, or it could be Christmas, and it can change the feel of the attraction. So it does. We do have the ability to kind of re-theme it.
It's almost more exciting.
Yeah.
It does sound cool. It's expensive as well.
Are there any secret places that the kids can aim for that will increase their score?
Of course there is, but I'm not going to tell everybody here. Yes, there are. There obviously is. And we always have some different coloured things, and you've got to look for them. And they're the ones that pop out really quick and go. And if you get one, you kind of beat your dad straight away, kind of thing. But yes, there are. Yes, there are.
Will there be mercy points for those that are maybe not as inclined or good at this kind of thing?
Nope, we will name and shame you.
Sweet.
So you could have 0. You could
You could have 0, yeah, if you were kind of boring or just, just wanted to fall asleep on the ride. But it would be pretty difficult to get 0, by the way.
I mean, we can see physically where you are, but for your team, what is still left to complete the ride? January 12th is coming quickly, or is that coming in our next person?
No. Well, to be honest, you'll see a bit more theming.
Okay.
There's a lot more theming to go in, but the theming goes in pretty quick.
Okay.
The fact that the ride track is immense, and the ride is here, which is
Okay.
also immense.
I didn't know.
The actual landscaping outside is literally the last thing to do. They literally will do that.
Okay.
It'll take 4 days to do that. So we really are ahead of schedule, believe it or not. So when you start seeing theming on the walls, that's a pretty good sign. That means the electrical's in.
I cover
which is
the
the way
ride,
it's
I'm not
active.
part of
Yeah.
it, so I don't
No,
know.
it's a good deal, and the good news is everything's here. So the ride is here, the theming is here, all the contractors are on site, and there has been times in the past where we're literally unloading the ride about a week before we open it, but that is not the case here, which is why I sleep at night. Any other questions?
Do you know how many bricks are going to go into building the models in the area outside?
Ooh, do you know that? Didn't I read my pack? A lot.
More than 50.
Yeah, there is a lot, because the 2 dragons alone at the entrance are enormous, and then we've got the huge build model, which I think is all there. That's huge. It's got to be in the hundreds of thousands.
I have the stats on the last model we saw, but I can get you the stats on how many
Yeah, we'll get it.
bricks will be in
A lot,
the area.
because
That's a good one.
one of the key things is that we have a lot of very large models throughout the land, and that's quite important to me. So we've probably put more here than we've done in any of the other lands that we've actually built, other than Miniland, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
I imagine we'll have a gift shop, perhaps?
Absolutely. It would be compulsory for us to exit you through a gift shop. But I do think the Ninjago gift shop is going to be, in keeping with the building, going to be very heavily themed. And LEGO are helping us with some of the theming of that shop. So we are creating, again, a really cool part of the experience. It doesn't end when you get off the ride.
And a meet and greet also, it sounds.
The meet and greet will be very, very popular. And one thing that we are going to be doing a lot more is being a lot more professional about our meet and greet. So this land has been given a designated area where we can have costume characters, and there will be a purpose-built area, not only for my team to relax and get away from the heat, but also it means that we can also get them there quickly. They can spend longer there, then they can get back to the changing room. And we've got a purpose-built meet and greet area, which is hugely popular amongst the kids, because they relate to these characters massively.
Wonderful.
Was there an F&B component to the world? I don't know if anybody asked or if I missed it.
No, there isn't, but we will be, not in terms of a specific restaurant, but
Okay.
we will be trialling different food groups
Okay.
in this area. So we have a location that we've kept clear, that we'll be testing different food groups in kind of trailers and trucks and things of that nature. And the plan is to then find out what the food group is, and then if it's successful, then we'll build a restaurant. That's just kind of being smart.
You guys ready to go on and meet Keith, talk about the creative aspect of
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
to see you guys.
Good
Thanks
to see
for
you.
coming out. I appreciate it.
it?